champions. He always do well. So anyway, we appreciate our team. Anyway, they did very well. Always here with the famous teams. Thank you very much for our teams.
It was a crazy match.
We
Okay.
expect to win the next World Cup.
So those were some fans from the Egyptian side, Al Ahly. Unfortunately, they could not make it to the next round. It was an exciting game for the neutral, but for the African continent, it is a game that left so much to be desired. What are your thoughts on it, Lukman?
Well, I mean, it was the most exciting game I have watched at the FIFA Club World Cup. I mean, if you remember, or if you recall, you remember that I used to say that when we go to the stadium, we don't
We
get,
don't get goals. And today
but then,
we were
yeah. Yesterday it was a thriller.
it was a feast.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
feast.
yeah,
A
yeah.
big one, a big
eight
one.
goals. I mean, it could have been more,
More, yeah.
from Al Ahly. They created a lot of good chances. Should have converted some of them. So many one-on-one situations.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately,
It
they
did
could
not
not
happen.
capitalize on those chances. But then it also tells you the story of African football. I mean, we can be great on the continent, but then at the end of the day,
On the bigger
when
stage.
it comes to the bigger stage, we've been lacking for some time, and
now.
it was disappointing to see Al Ahly leave the
Yeah.
competition.
So they leave the competition. They have just 2 points on the board. They are out. However, some interesting round of 16 games to look for. Palmeiras versus Botafogo, and then PSG versus Inter Miami. I think that's the pick of them so far. Today, some more group games and some more fixtures to be decided for the round of 16.
Yeah.
We'll talk a bit about it later on, but our focus today is on Michael Essien and Jordan Ayew. Essien has accepted a new 2-year deal with FC Nordsjælland. Remember, Michael Essien has rejected a chance to coach as the assistant coach of the Ghana Black Stars in the past before, and he has accepted a 2-year extension. Lukman will break it down for us on that extension. Jordan Ayew as well, he has been training in town with his kids, private training, as has Thomas Partey been doing. When next for him? We'll discuss that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. So let's jump right into it, Lukman. Michael Essien 2-year contract. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I mean, we all know Michael Essien has been working with FC Nordsjælland for some time now.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since he hung up his boot, he's been developing his skills as a manager. He's written a couple of exams. I mean, as we speak, he is a UEFA license A holder, and then he also has a certificate in UEFA management. And so it tells you that he's working really hard to become a top professional. Well, just this morning, the news broke that he signed a new 2-year deal with FC Nordsjælland as an assistant coach, as well as a player development coach. One thing, the reason why it is important for him to continue his development at the Right to Dream Academy is that, the Right to Dream Academy has a feeder club here in down there in Ghana. I nearly said here in Ghana. Yeah, down there in Ghana, where the Right to Dream Academy, provides them with talent, and so he becomes that liaison between the players
like
from
the
Africa.
middleman or so.
Exactly, players from Africa and to the Super League. I mean, his input has made them very competitive because it doesn't take long for players to enroll from the academy side to the senior side of FC Nordsjælland. We can even mention examples. The latest is Caleb Yerenchi. Caleb Yerenchi traveled to Denmark not so long ago. In the last 6 months, we've seen his development, and anytime you listen to players from FC Nordsjælland, they tell you about how important Michael Essien has been to their development. And so it was imperative that they give him a new deal. I mean, you listen to the head coach himself. He was raving about Michael Essien's role at the club. And so it tells you that he is a very important factor for them. And for him, I mean, it is the best place for him to start his coaching career. I mean, no rush to get to the bigger jobs yet. He is still learning on the job. I mean, what this means is that it gives him that experience before venturing into a bigger job in future. And so for me, it is good for him. We can also be looking at it also from an international view where maybe if tomorrow we say Otoado is not there, because the pool of coaches for Ghana is currently very small.
Yeah.
And so if you
It's
see
not that
people
big.
like, exactly, if you see people like Michael Essien sticking to the job and then continuously learning and then taking the right certificates, it gives you some hope in the future of Ghanaian coaching.
I think it's a good move. What do you think about him rejecting an assistant role at the Black Stars? Good or bad for you?
Well, I mean, for me, I felt it was the best decision. I can't say it was good or bad because it is the senior national team, and everybody would want to play a role in making sure that the Black Stars are at the best place they can be.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't say it is good or bad, but then I would say it was the best decision for him at that moment, because it was barely 4 or 5 years into his career as a coach. And remember, he's not really played any huge role for him to join the national team, and he's been working with club football since hanging up his boots, and so it wasn't the right time. I felt it was a very good decision for him, because it also allowed him to pursue the certificates that he needed.
Go through the system.
Exactly, go through the system, because one thing about coaching the national team is that in as much as there are breaks, long breaks, and then the rest, it doesn't give you that opportunity to have hands-on education the way you want to get it. And so it was the best decision for Essien.
Okay, so Michael Essien, 2-year contract extension with FC Northland. He'll be there for a while, developing young talent. We wish him all the very best. We'll end with the news on Jordan Ayew. He's in town. He's been, he's in Ghana, not in town here. He's in Ghana, and he's currently training extensively in the off season. His club have been relegated. Where next for him?
Well, I mean, at age 33, it will be difficult to see him, attract these big clubs or clubs in the top flight at the moment. He's seen it all in the Premier League, played Champions League football back in the day with Olympique Marseille. He's played a lot of games. In fact, he's the third most capped African player in the English Premier League. So it tells you the kind of record he has in England. And so at this particular moment, you look at the teams around, even the new clubs that are coming into the Premier League, the likes of Sunderland and then the rest, the likes of Sheffield. I don't think they would be making that move for a player like Jordan Ayew. The experience is there. What could happen is that Leicester City might want to keep hold of him, especially with Jamie Vardy leaving the club now. He would be the most experienced player over there. They would need him to help them return to the Premier League. And let's not forget, he's played in the English Championship before in the 2016-2017 season with Aston Villa.
Yeah, so it will not be so new for him.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that new for him. And so for me,
you think he'll stay?
I think he will stay. I mean, if there is going to be a move for Jordan Ayew, I don't think it would even be in Europe. I think he might be moving to the Middle East, where, I mean, there's some good money, or even the United States here. And so we'll be keeping our eyes on that one.
Peeled on that news there. Thank you so much for joining, Lukman. Which of the semi-final round of 16 fixtures are you looking forward to the Club World Cup so far?
Well, I mean, so far I'm very, very interested in that game between Inter Miami and Paris Saint-Germain, because it is a return for Lionel Messi, and the European champions are going to be playing one of the best footballer ever, and so it makes it quite interesting.
We'll see. Happy birthday to Messi, by the way. Today he turns 38 years today.
38?
Yeah, 38. He and Ronaldo are still at it. In their twilight, what we consider twilight years. Lukman, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening.